Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason. I'm speaking to you here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. And in this video, I'm continuing my countdown of my 100 favorite albums. I'm now up to 76 on my list. And number 76 for me is an album that I'm not even sure how to pronounce. Maybe the only album I don't know how to pronounce in my whole top 100. It's a very weird sounding album. I'm gonna try. I think it's pronounced something like Mylo Xyloto or something like that. By Coldplay. It came out in 2011. It's their fifth studio album. It has 14 songs on it, though two of them are really just instrumental introductions to the next song. So it's really like 12 really full songs, and then two kind of short instrumentals, like 30, 45-second songs. Anyways, of course, Coldplay. I'm a huge fan of Coldplay. I was at this time when they came out. Listened to about everything they came out with in the 2000s. And I just love Chris Martin, the lead singer. I love his vocals. I think great vocals. Love the piano, the keyboard that he plays. One of the best bands that uses keyboard really well in what I would call a pop rock style of music, mixtures of pop music and rock music. And Chris Martin just really knows how to use that piano so well, or keyboard. Either he can do really great ballads that are really beautiful, but some of the more up-tempo songs, the piano is really nice layer to it that I don't hear in other bands as much. Yeah, and just overall, just great. This album, I would say, is almost more of a rock album. It doesn't really have a lot of ballads, I would say. It's more a lot of up tempo, kind of more rock sounds to it. In fact, I was reading about this album, and one of the interesting things I didn't know about it was that it's a concept album and a thematic rock opera, which I had no idea that there was any connection between all the songs. But I guess all the songs are supposed to be connected in some way. It's supposed to tell a story. And I was reading about it, and it was saying, yeah, it tells a story about this government, big government oppressing the people, and kind of this rebellion comes up, and anyway, it tells this whole story. I'm like, what? Like, I don't see any of that in the songs. So I'm like, but it's supposed to tell this really complicated story, all that. I have no idea if you hear that in songs. I haven't really read all the lyrics of the music or pay attention that much. I just pay more attention probably to the sounds, because this album has so many sounds to it, so many different instrumentations. I really like that about it. It's produced really well, I think. I see a lot of criticism that it's overproduced, but I never find albums to be overproduced. I kind of like all the sounds that come out, the different instruments mixed in. I love all the mixing of all that. And I think this does a really good job. I listen to it and I'm like, what is that instrument? Like, I'm always hearing different instruments. I'm like, what is that? I'm just so fascinated by how much stuff they put in each song. I heard this album called Electronic Rock, I think, or something like that, and I was like, okay, that's probably pretty good description of the album. It has an electronic feel to it, which I actually kind of enjoyed a lot of all this music. I think it has like a synthesizer type sound to it. I thought gave it an interesting sound, and I really enjoyed. Yeah, and so yeah, the members of Coldplay, if you don't know, of course, I said Chris Martin is lead vocalist and plays all kinds of instruments, mostly the keyboard. Also plays a little acoustic guitar. Then Guy Berryman is a bass guitar player. Johnny Buckland, electric guitar, lead guitar player. And Will Champion does drums. And that's the band, Coldplay. I think same band they've had since the beginning, haven't changed at all. There's 4 singles coming from this album. Well, I was gonna say there's 3 songs that I really knew from this album. When I was looking at this album, the ones that I remember on the radio quite a lot at this time was "Every Teardrop Is a Waterfall," "Paradise," and "Princess of China." I remember those 3 being on the radio a lot, and I was a big fan of all 3 when they were coming out. But like I said, the whole album is very solid. Like I said, more upbeat rock music, I would say, with a little pop in it. But the four singles, number one is Every Teardrop is a Waterfall, went number 14 in the US, number 6 in the UK. Paradise went number 15 in the US, number 1 in the UK, so it was a number 1 song there. Charlie Brown with number 22 in the UK, didn't chart in the US. And Princess of China charted number 20 in the US and number 4 in the UK. So obviously really, really good in the UK. I mean, 3 of these songs top 10, one's number 1 song. US, it was still, decent, all top 20 songs. Anyway, so yeah, so it definitely provided some good hits out of this album for sure. Overall, the album charted number 1 in both the US and the UK. So it was a huge, huge hit when it came out. In fact, I was reading that it was the biggest selling rock album at the time, I think, in the UK. It said until Adele's album 25 broke the record. But yeah, it was really big selling rock album in the UK. Very popular. Of course, they're a band from the UK, so that makes sense. Of course, Chris Martin. He obviously most famous, well-known person from this album or from this band, Coldplay. He married Gwyneth Paltrow for a while. They got divorced, and he had some kids. He had a daughter named Apple, and that was a big deal. Kind of a weird name for a kid. Anyway, so obviously very well-known, big celebrity. Yeah, so certified U.S. platinum, UK 5 times platinum. Like I said, huge hit in UK. Also 3 times platinum in Canada, so pretty big in Canada also. Didn't do quite as well in the U.S., still did pretty good though. And I'm from the U.S., so I remember it being a big deal. It was nominated for 5 Grammys, didn't win any. Nominated for Best Pop Duo Group Performance, Best Rock Song, Every Teardrop is a Waterfall. Best Rock Performance, Every Teardrop is a Waterfall. Best Rock Performance, Charlie Brown. And Best Rock Album overall. Like I said, most of those 3 are really good songs, those 3 big hits. Hurts Like Heaven was really good too, and Charlie Brown's a pretty good song. I said he got nominated for a Grammy. But yeah, everything, Us Against the World, very solid song. But yeah, pretty much all the songs are pretty good, I think. Either, pretty good to great on this album. So I'll go to my top 3 favorite songs on the album. And it's hard to say. My top 3 is almost tied for number 1. They're all pretty excellent in their own way. Number 3, I put Every Teardrop is a Waterfall. Like I said, obviously, pretty big hit. And I don't know, it just has great rock sound to it. The guitar, I love the electric guitar on it. It has a very fast-paced, kind of almost guitar solo that begins every verse, or interludes between each verse and chorus. But yeah, just really good, like I said, rock, fast-paced song. Number 2, I'm putting Paradise. Like I said, it went number 1 UK. Huge, probably the biggest hit out of all the songs on here. Again, great. I love the intro. It had like a great kind of almost synthesizer like intro to it, real pretty. And then all of a sudden, all the other instruments kind of kick in with the guitar and the drums and the bass, and really makes this really loud sound that just like surrounds your ears. Like, it's kind of a cool sound, and really great melody. I love the melody. One of the best melodies that I've heard on this album. Anyways, and great catchy chorus, Paradise. I'm having a hard time explaining these songs. Like, they're just, I don't know, just good. Number 1, I put Princess in China. Mostly because I like the duet between Chris Martin and Rihanna. Rihanna sings a kind of duet on the song, and in the verses, pretty good melody to them. But I really like Rihanna and Chris Martin's voices together. And I'm not a big Rihanna fan, but she is a really good singer. I don't listen to a lot of her music, but I do hear some of her stuff. She is a very talented singer, and I thought she did a really good job with Coldplay here, kind of co-singing on this album, or on this song. That's why I put Princess in China number 1 on here. But if you know anything about Coldplay, you probably heard those 3 songs. Like I said, Hurts Like Heaven, Charlie Brown, really good songs. I could have made them a top 3, didn't quite make it. But yeah, it's definitely check that out if you like Coldplay, or you like kind of a rock pop sound to it. Anyways, I thought it was a very excellent album. So that's again, Mylo Xyloto, my number 76 favorite album. So thank you again for watching and subscribing to my channel, and thank you for the comments. And yeah, feel free to comment what you think about Coldplay or this album. Love to read them, and just I really appreciate all that you guys do. Take care.